Homeless crisis is now increasing in the unincorporated areas of Sacramento County.
The numbers come from the 2026 point-in-time count, but they may not tell the full story.
ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen breaks down what has changed and how the county is responding.
Hundreds of transients live in the American River Parkway. The county has failed to keep the homeless out of the parkway.
Fired up and frustrated, Sacramento County resident John Morales presented a picture to the Board of Supervisors what he's been dealing with in his neighborhood.
This is another fire that happened recently. This is a transient that yesterday in my neighborhood passed out, an addict.
According to the 2026 point-in-time count in unincorporated Sacramento County, 1,140 people were unsheltered on a particular evening in January, as compared to 561 people in 2024. That is a 103.2% increase over 2 years. Supervisor Rosario Rodriguez believes the county is not doing enough to address the problem, leading to the increase.
Personally, I think it could be the leadership. We need individuals that are very proactive, individuals that are not risk adverse, individuals that have a vision. We have the homeless action plan, but we need people to take very aggressive measures to ensure that people don't fall into homelessness.
But during Tuesday's informational hearing on the latest pit count numbers, Supervisor Rich Desmond quickly criticized the accuracy of the numbers from the survey that is conducted every other year.
What we're seeing this year is definitely skewed by what I think was very inaccurate information from 2024.
Officials with Sacramento Steps Forward, the nonprofit in charge of collecting pit count data, admits this is just a snapshot to estimate homelessness in the community, and many circumstances can weigh into what data is collected.
So there's nothing that I would actually point to now definitively that would explain that, other than just to say this is how the numbers have changed and where people are showing up when they're being engaged by volunteers in 2024 versus 2026.
Sacramento Steps Forward says they will start pit counts on a yearly basis starting in January, with the hopes of getting a more accurate picture of the homelessness crisis. They say there are also conversations happening with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to create a more accurate and productive way of collecting data. In Sacramento, Jeannie Nguyen, ABC 10.
Sacramento Steps Forward says it uses data from the pit count and the Homeless Management Information System from HUD to get a more accurate look at the problem. When comparing data from both, it shows an increase in unsheltered people, but it does not specify if these people are homeless for the first time or if they've been homeless for years.